The roar from the sellout crowd of 10,000 plus following match point surely could be heard across York University's sprawling campus on the northern edge of Toronto. It was a sound that hadn't been heard in years. Not since Serena Williams. Not since the greatest of all time walked onto a court and commanded the attention of an entire stadium. But on this night, it wasn't Serena on center court. It was a 21-year-old from Quezon City, a young woman who had taken the tennis world by storm, and whose fans had turned Sobeys Stadium into something that felt like Manila, not Toronto. The organizers of the WTA 1000 in Toronto had to move her opening match to a larger stadium after demand exceeded the capacity of Grandstand Court. Even the legendary openers of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic hadn't sold out that Wednesday evening. Such attendance had not been seen since Serena Williams. And when the crowd erupted, when the Philippine flags filled every corner of the stadium, when the chants of "Let's go Alex" echoed through the night, the tennis world was forced to ask, had the Eala effect reached a level that even Serena Williams herself could appreciate? Welcome back. If you've been following the WTA Tour this season, you've heard the name. Alex Eala, the Filipina sensation who has become one of the biggest attractions in tennis. The 21-year-old who has sold out stadiums in 30 minutes, forced tournament directors to move her to center court, and inspired a nation of 110 million people. Her breakthrough started at the 2025 Miami Open, where she reached the semifinals and defeated several established names. She then continued in 2026 with a WTA 125 title in Birmingham, a semifinal appearance in Berlin, and her first WTA 500 trophy at the DC Open. But it's not just her results that have captured the world's attention. It's the crowds. It's the passion. It's the Eala mania that has gripped Canada and beyond. As former British number 1 Greg Rosetsky put it, there's only one other person that I can compare to her sort of star status. It's Serena Williams. The comparison is not about achievements. It's about the rare ability to create excitement and attract supporters wherever a player competes. And when Serena Williams herself witnessed what Eala's fans had done, she was left stunned. The numbers are staggering. Tickets for Eala's first-round match in Toronto against American Alicia Parks sold out in just 30 minutes. The demand was so overwhelming that tournament director Carl Hale said Eala had generated upward of 5,000 ticket sales, making the 2,800-seat grandstand court too small for her Canadian Open appearance. They had to move her to center court, the main stadium with a capacity of 10,000. But the most shocking detail came from the Tennis Connected account on X. Such attendance had not been seen since Serena Williams. For comparison, even the opening matches of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic had not sold out for that Wednesday evening. A figure that illustrates Alexandra Eala's growing popularity. A true phenomenon in the Philippines, the world number 20 is confirming, week after week, the immense expectations placed on her. This wasn't just a tennis match. It was a celebration, a testament to the power of representation. As Filipino-Canadian tennis fans packed the stands, the atmosphere felt like being in Manila. Abby Albino, co-founder of Rise Tribe, attended Wednesday night's match and praised Eala as an iconic representation of the Filipino community. The center court at Sobeys Stadium in Toronto turned into a Filipino fiesta. Thousands of fans, waving Philippine flags, filled every corner of the stadium. The roar from the rare early tournament, sellout crowd of 10,000 plus following match point of Eala's 3-set win over Alicia Parks surely could be heard across York University's sprawling campus on the northern edge of Toronto. It felt like it was in the Philippines, said Diane Castillo, a traveling Filipino journalist and former tennis player. A super, wild Filipino crowd, the loudest I have ever heard. The chants of "Let's go Alex" rained from the stands. Whenever she got behind or scored a point, the Filipino delegation made sure that their voices were heard. The first thing Eala did after her grueling match was acknowledge her fellow Filipinos. Kamusta tayo ngayon, Toronto? Iwagawa nayo na yung mga bandila nayo at Patinjan. How are you today, Toronto? Show me waving your flags. There are so many Filipinos in the crowd tonight, so many flags. Thank you, she added. Alam nayo kababayan. Lingo lingo ko nakikita, sinusuportahan ako. Lingo ko nakikita, kung gaano nayo kamahal ang kapwa niyong Pinoy. Kaya proud na proud ako maging Pinoy. The comparison to Serena Williams is not just about ticket sales. It's about the connection between player and fans, something that cannot be manufactured. As Greg Rosetsky explained, wherever Serena played, everybody was cheering and going for her, and no matter where she plays, whether it's in America, whether it's in Europe, the Filipino population follows her. The attention around Eala has been driven largely by the passionate Filipino fanbase that follows her around the world. From Miami to Grand Slam tournaments, and now the North American hardcourt swing, supporters have turned her matches into major events, forcing tournaments to prioritize bigger venues for her appearances. Rosetsky highlighted how Eala's popularity extends beyond her home country, with Filipino supporters following her across continents and creating an atmosphere usually reserved for the biggest stars in sport. She is the biggest sports star in the country by far of any male or female superstar that they have. He added, "It's great to see the passion of those fans because every time she plays, they're there supporting. They're ready to go." Eala is being compared to Manny Pacquiao, the boxing legend who unified an entire nation. As Danilo Baliat, executive director of Toronto's Taste of Manila event, put it, she's being branded as the next Pacquiao. Because she's young and she has a lot of attention, she has this charm to the community. We follow and we support. The Williams connection doesn't end with comparisons. After Eala and Venus Williams played doubles together in Toronto, Venus made a suggestion that left Eala speechless. "I think Alex should add playing with Serena one day to her to-do list," Venus said with a smile. "Then she can complete the Williams sisters." Eala's reaction was immediate and genuine. "Oh my God," she exclaimed. The 21-year-old Filipina has always looked up to the Williams sisters as inspirations. She grew up watching them dominate women's tennis and is fully aware of how fortunate she is to now share the court with one of them. "For me, it's extremely inspiring," she said. Eala also recalled watching Serena compete at Wimbledon, an experience that allowed her to witness one of her childhood inspirations up close. "I remember when Serena came back at Wimbledon, I also went to watch her game from the stands," she said. "The thought of actually playing alongside Serena Williams one day is a bucket list dream that now feels tantalizingly within reach." The Eala effect has become a global phenomenon. Eala has become one of the tournament's biggest stories, supported by a loud and highly visible group of Filipino fans who have turned her matches into something close to a celebration. Her matches are so popular that tournament organizers have kept her on the main court. She is now inside the world's top 20 with a 36-18 record in 2026. She has transformed herself from one of the most promising young players on tour into a global attraction in just over a year. Her recent success has changed the way tournaments handle her appearances. When Eala plays, the atmosphere is electric. Play-by-play commentator Mark Pecci said on the WTA Tour World Television feed after Eala's win, "It's the kind of noise that accompanies a Grand Slam win, and this is just the second round here in Toronto." He added, "The one and only, the extraordinary Alex Eala doing things in tennis that just seem out of this world." The roar from the sellout crowd of 10,000 plus had echoed across York University's sprawling campus, a sound that hadn't been heard since Serena Williams. But on this night, it was Alex Eala who had commanded the attention of an entire stadium, a 21-year-old from Quezon City who had turned Toronto into Manila. The comparison to Serena Williams is not about achievements. It's about connection, about the ability to create excitement wherever you play, about inspiring a community to show up in numbers that rival the greatest of all time. "I am eternally grateful," Eala said. "I really feel like this is a celebration. The celebration is not just about her victories. It's about what she represents. A nation, a community, a dream." The final point had landed. The match was over. But Alex Eala's journey was just beginning. She had done what even Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic's openers couldn't match. She had sold out a stadium in 30 minutes. She had inspired a crowd that felt like a homecoming. And she had earned a comparison to the greatest of all time. "Maraming salamat, Mga Kababayan, mahal kayo kayong lahat," she said. "Thank you to everyone who came here tonight. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's supporting tennis and creating atmospheres like this." The world was watching, and Serena Williams had seen it all. The Eala effect had arrived, and it was here to stay.